I'm very happy to see you. In this 2022, it's our first video. And in this video, I'm going to tell you about the person that made the most profound, the deepest influence on me and on my inner development. Each time when I hear his name or when I recall his image in my mind, I have a deep feeling of awe to him. His name is Georgiy Ivanovich Gurdjieff, the founder of the so-called the Fourth Way. He is a widely known personality in the Eastern world and in the Western as well. And many other great people have mentioned his works and his studies in their studies and in their own works. He was a mystic. He was a person of the deep knowledge. What are his basic ideas about man and universe? I don't think I can tell about all of them, but about the main I have to do now. The first general idea is that everything happens, that people can do nothing. It is deeply true when we start analyzing the world around you. I've been living in Russia for many years, since childhood, and there have been 6 rulers of the country that I remember. And the last 3, including the present one, have been so bad that people wanted them to leave the post, the position. And there have been influential people who wanted Gorbachev to leave, who wanted Yeltsin to leave, and nothing happened until the time came them to leave the position. And there have been hard times when Yeltsin was the president. Millions of people didn't have salary for months. Millions of people starved. Millions of people were ill. Millions of people were in extreme poverty, and nobody could do anything with it until the time came. And now Putin, who has been the ruler of the country for more than 20 years, and a lot of influential people want him to leave, but nobody can do anything until the time comes and he will leave. Just looking closer to your own life, how many plans you have had that this or that process to go this or that way, but nothing happened like you had planned. Happened but with changes, with variations. Look at the world. In one point there is abundance and luxury, next to it poverty and starvation. There are so many resources in the world to make this world the most perfect place in the universe. There are technologies that can give us all good things we can just imagine. But everybody lives in limitations. The money is limited. That's why you can't buy all necessary things you need. The world is ruled by social parasites who suck blood from the whole humankind, and nobody can change anything. Everything happens like it happens. Now you all suffer from this virus. And this virus is artificially made in a laboratory. And it is a put-up job, all this thing. And now you have to be vaccinated. If you are not vaccinated, you can have problems. But why do they care for you so much? They have created the virus and now they want you to be vaccinated. It's a very suspicious thing. Okay, this is the first fundamental idea. Nobody can do anything. Everything happens. The next idea, why does it happen like this? That in a man there is no unity. In each man there are many men. In each woman there are many women. Now you want this, the next moment you don't want this. Now you feel good, the next bad. Now you are happy, the next moment unhappy. Now you want to study English, the next moment, oh, it's boring. Then you want to learn chess playing, the next moment boring. So you start doing something, then you leave it. A real man is that who completes, performs everything he wants. It doesn't matter. Either he is good in business and so he progresses, but at the same time he can't do anything with his figure. He has a fat belly, and he can make millions in business, but he can do nothing with his physical body. Or he can't be successful in love, for example, or in any other process. So if a man is good in one thing, he must be good at all other things. This is a real man. But when we talk about people, they can be good in one thing, but in other things they fail. There isn't unity. When you are one, when you are united inside, you can do everything. The next Gurdjieff's idea is that evolution is a thing that can be done only with the help of willpower. So if you just live, just go to work, just feed your body, just watch something, just talk about something, it's not evolution. Evolution when you suffer, but suffer consciously, suffer wisely. For example, you want to lose weight and you suffer. You want to eat, but you don't eat. You want to eat a donut, but you don't eat a donut. You go to the gym, you eat a salad, you eat right meat, for example, right protein, and so on and so on. So you start making conscious actions. It's called evolution. Because nature doesn't need evolution. You can look at the world. For example, the Christianity has been existing for centuries. Has the man become better? Has the world become a better place? For example, only in the 20th century, some hundreds, millions of people have been killed, have died of starvation, malnutrition, illnesses, and so on. Revolutions, wars, terrorism. So, is it evolution? For many centuries, your ancestors have considered yourselves Christians. If you are Christians, just live according to the teaching of Christ. Or how, for example, you can look at all the atrocities of the world. You should do something with it. The next idea that is very deep, that man as he or she isn't complete. That we can have higher, more subtle, more developed bodies inside this physical one. And if we develop these subtle bodies, we have a chance to have a higher living after the physical death. And where there is a way how to do it. The way is here and now. We can just watch ourselves, and we should separate our thoughts from ourselves. The thoughts that is inside us, these images, these ideas, this all we have inside are not ours. All we think are programs from outside. So our mind is programmed, is conditioned. So that's why we don't have free living. We have conditioned living. So we live and suffer because all the information is imposed on us. We think that this is right, this is wrong, we should go this way and we shouldn't go this way because we have been told to do it. We have been told to think like this. Since childhood, we have been fooled. And when we start watching ourselves, when we start separating our thoughts and ideas from us, from this watcher, from this observer, we understand that we are divine beings. We need nothing from the society. That we can be happy here and now. That we don't need to be conditioned. Another basic idea of Georgiy Gurdjieff is that people like they are are machines. And if people are machines, what conscious actions can you expect from them? For example, people can say, we are Christians, we love other people, but when I come to them and say, please give me $100, they say, sorry, we don't have. Or just help me please, I'm in difficult situation. They say, I'm very busy. I have to go to the church service. It's time to praise the God. So, right. And if everything happens, if people are machines, all their actions, all their thoughts are programmed, where is the way out? The way out, it exists. And Gurdjieff says that the way is inside you. When you observe yourself, when you don't allow your thoughts to roam about your head, to ramble this way or that way, when you do something, do it consciously. Do it the best you can. Any process, everything, just if you make tea or coffee, just make it in a perfect way. If you clean your floor, clean it perfectly. If you teach or if you learn something, do it the best, as if it were the last thing in your life here on earth. And if you act like this, you start being integrated inside. You solidate a unity, inner integrity. You become looking at the world differently. There is no evolution in our traditional sense of word, because if you have an iPhone, it's not evolution. Evolution, it is when you can communicate with other people distantly without any devices, just with your mental power. It is called evolution. But when you need something from outside, it's not evolution, it's technology. I have already mentioned that if there are so many resources on earth, so many technologies, so much knowledge, and the majority of people live in poverty, it's not evolution, it's not progressive society, it's degradation, de-evolution. So you can call it with many words. It's just evil. How can we go out of it? We can start from ourselves, of course. We can start waiting that the God will give us something, or the rulers of this planet will give us something good. It has been centuries and the God has given nothing. And the rulers have created only troubles for you. Problems, wars, revolutions, poverty, starvation, exploitation, all these things. All your great people, all your emperors, all your presidents, all your prime ministers, everybody has created only problems for you. That's why this is the next general idea of Georgiy Gurdjieff, that you should rely only on yourself. And as Vivekananda said, even the hand stretched to you from the darkness must be your own hand. Each time when I recall his name in my mind, I feel awe to this man. The whole life he has been striving for accumulating knowledge, collecting knowledge. He traveled a lot. He met with the most outstanding and interesting people of his time. He lived in monasteries, in mountains, in big cities, everywhere. He learned the world through and through. And this book was bought by me many years ago when I was a young man. It's in Russian, but in English it's called In Search of the Miraculous by Uspensky. In Search of the Miraculous. Uspensky was his disciple, and he was also an outstanding man, a great mathematician, a mystic. And thanks to him we know about Georgiy Gurdjieff and his great teaching. So I recommend you, because I have been asked sometimes if I envy this man or that man who is much more successful or richer than me, or who has progressed more in love affairs or in accumulating money, success or fame. I have never envied anyone in this world. It doesn't matter how successful or outstanding the man is, because I know Gurdjieff, and I know that a real man is different. Real success is different from what we are used to thinking about it. When a person is rich but doesn't help anyone, it's condemnation. His richness turns into condemnation, and for many lives he or she will be suffering in different bodies from starvation, malnutrition, and all bad things, living somewhere in other planets or in Africa, in a very poor country. When I'm told that someone is famous, I'm asking, who has this person helped to? Whose life has this person improved? What is his contribution thanks to his wealth and fame for this world? How many temples has he built? How many hospitals? How many great books has he or she created? that could help people to rethink their life, to start thinking evolutionary. Just wealth, just money, without right using it for the better of the humankind is nothing. If from above you get great wealth, it's big responsibility. It's not given you just to entertain, just to fuck, just to eat, just to lie in the sun. It's not for this. It's for improving the world, for helping your brothers and sisters. If you do not understand it, you will be condemned, my dears. That's why I wish you to learn Gurdjieff's ideas deep and to start implementing them in your life, turning yourself from lazy, simple and primitive human being into a real human being, divine being, that can make a real contribution to the happiness of the whole world. Because all of us are brothers and sisters, divine beings. We are one unity. And if we start doing something good, this good will be multiplied and this world will be better. I do not believe in it. I know it. That the key to prosperity lies inside us.